was with Mac the D and Teddy Long and the wrestling scene. Get on up. Get on up. Get on up. Get on up.
All right, Teddy, before I say another word, I want to tell you that that was a special music piece given to us by Dustin Novith, who sent that in. That is a listener who had that put together for you and I for our open. I got to tell you, I like it.
I asked somebody to please help us out. Thank you so much, young man, whoever you are and wherever you are from.
Yeah, Dustin.
Thank you so very much. God, I just don't know what to say.
It was really cool when I got that. You know, he'd been talking to me for a couple of months now. And when he was doing that, he was saying, I've got an idea. I got an idea. And he sent it to me. And I just finally decided I don't want to edit somebody else's creativity, because he was saying, I can make any changes. I like when people do something like this where they own every bit of it, from how the beat is to what the words may be. Guys, I appreciate that very much. It tells me that you watch the show, because you can feel the show in that song. And that is exactly how I've always felt this show's sound should be.
Well, I want some Teddy Long music.
Yeah.
Wait, when that music was going on, when that music, Teddy Long, Mac Davis, I heard the. By the way, I thought the name of this show was After Hours.
No. It's Road Trip After Hours. But we brought you in, so tonight it is Road Trip After Hours.
Bill Apter, wait just a minute before we get started. We get started, Bill Apter, can you please explain to me, and I know that everybody right now that are watching this, why are you in all those clothes? Do you have heat on at home, or what is going on?
I know exactly why.
From outside where it's about 40 something degrees, and I generally wear a jacket, and I got my International Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame, so I didn't have time to take the jacket off, and I come fully dressed with my tick crack.
Well, now I know why you got on all those clothes. Okay, that explains it.
By the way, for those of you who are wondering, of course, our special guest this week is none other than a part of the Three Amigos. We used to do a show together on Sportskeeda. It's been several weeks now. And so this is a lot of fun for me, just to get together with these two guys again and be able to talk about wrestling. And of course, we're talking about legendary pro wrestling journalist, Mr. Bill Apter. Welcome, Bill.
Well, thank you for that nice introduction. It's great to be back with my brothers again.
Yeah, man, I missed our get-togethers, because we would always cut up. And this is the thing I loved about the Time Machine when we were doing that. What you saw, I promise you, while we may have had questions we had to ask, a lot of times we just went to wherever we wanted to go on that show. And we had some great conversations and some great memories that popped up. So, for me, Bill, I think it feels like you've got to come visit us once in a while here on the Road Trip After Hours show.
And that old format of saying what you want.
Yeah.
And everything. John Cena screwed New York.
Whoa.
He did.
All right, next
went to Madison Square Garden. What's that?
No, go ahead.
All my friends that went to Madison Square Garden to see this guy wrestle in the third to next or fourth to next last match of his entire career, and they threw him into a 6-man tag match instead of giving him a one-on-one opponent. They could have had him wrestle Dominic Mysterio. They're going to do that in the pay-per-view, but they could have done it as a non-title match, and Dominic could have pinned Cena, making the pay-per-view even more palatable. You'd want to see more of it, but they went and John screwed New York, a 6-man tag team match. Unbelievable. People at the Garden, I saw people coming out of there, and people like, I can't believe we didn't get a match with John Cena. It was a 6-man tag team match at Madison Square Garden, no less.
Teddy, I agree with Bill. There was not only just that for me, but I felt like the Boston show was more on track of what I felt like was special with John Cena. But when we got to Madison Square Garden, I don't know. I don't know if I expected them to hang his name up in the rafters of New York, in the garden. Something that really specified exactly the history he has in the garden, and it felt like it was a throwaway moment to me.
Well, let me explain something to you. John Cena did not screw the people in New York. John
That's
Cena was
true.
doing what he was told to do.
Yeah.
The person that
That's
screwed
true.
New York was the person that wrote that or gave the okay for that 6 man or whatever to happen. That's who screwed New York.
Yeah, I thought the match was an okay match, and
So let's say the WWE.
Then I want to ask you this here. Maybe
Let's say the
I may not
WWE
know.
screwed New York City.
I want to ask you this too. Everybody know from day one when a guy does his last deal, goes into retirement, or even if you did the old thing like when they left the territory, there was no tag match. That was nothing like that. It was always a one-on-one. Whoever lost, they left the territory. Or if you had your last match, well, look at Flair and Shawn Michaels. Wasn't no 6 man in that.
no,
That
and
was
you will get.
supposedly been Flair's last match, right?
Yeah, but you are going to get John Cena's one-on-one final match, and that's coming up in December at Saturday night's main event. But this was his last time in Madison Square Garden, and I think that's why fans were disappointed because
And
they expected more at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's his
and
last
here's
time on
my
Monday
next
Night
question,
Raw
Bill.
as well. So I'll take it back that John Cena did not screw the fans in New York. Whoever set a 6-man tag team match, they screwed the fans in New York. Because I can tell you, they're really PO'd.
Wouldn't you be?
I would. I would. Yeah, I
See,
certainly would.
then I tell you what, a lot of guys now, a lot of guys that's been around for a while, they take the fans for granted. These ain't the same old fans, you used to have back in the day. You can't do anything to these people
That's
now and
right.
not expect them to come back at you. So they need to wake up and smell the coffee and realize, this is a different business now.
Yeah, and when it comes to John Cena, I really wonder in his heart of hearts, is he happy with the way his final run has gone? Because it just seems like it was lost in the very beginning. Ever since the storyline just got tossed out that he was a bad guy, now he's a good guy. No apparent reason. We're just going to shift, gears and go in another direction. I feel like this entire thing has been anticlimactic. And even to where his final opponent, Bill, who do you think we're going to see him face as his final opponent?
Well, if you remember 2 months ago when we started discussing it on our other show that's no longer there on Time Machine, I came out just off the top of my head. I said, "Bet it's going to be Gunther," and you both looked at me like, "Oh, maybe." And all of a sudden, Gunther's now. But they could be planning something a lot more creative and brutal. What if whoever becomes the final opponent gets beaten the hell out of by Brock Lesnar, who's come back and just killing everybody? He's now matches. And the last match turns out to be Cena and Brock Lesnar. Can you imagine that? But I still think it's going to be Gunther the way they're doing it at this point.
Teddy, does that excite you? I mean, look, I like Gunther, and I think it'd be a great place for him to get a rub from John Cena. But I'm really wondering, does Gunther need that rub from John Cena?
Well, I don't really think so. Gunther is his own man, and he's doing a good job. I kind of agree with Bill. I'd like to see that finally they end up and Cena and Brock be the final one, and Brock puts him over. But like I said, right now, I mean they could do that, but I mean Bill's got a great idea. Is Brock just come in, just beating up people for no reason? You know what I mean? So that gives Cena a reason to like, hey, what's the problem? Then now we get some words in maybe you and him and Cena. So I like that idea, but I mean, who knows what they're gonna do?
Here's my problem, Bill.
You know what?
And
they had a
go ahead.
great, they had a great comeback. Zack Ryder. They had a great comeback, and the fans went wild over Dolph Ziggler. I think Dolph Ziggler would have been a fabulous final opponent for John Cena. Let him lose.
I believe, Bill, I believe the same thing. I think that they made a miss the other night. Ziggler should have won that match, because I think a lot of people are looking at it going, "Oh, he's going to lose," and of course, because he's over in TNA right now, so he's going from here. He's just going to lose this match, which is exactly what happened. When in reality, he should have won that match, and there would have caused a lot more questions between now and the date of John Cena's final match. People may go, there's a possibility. Right now, there's nobody really that he has a beef with that's in this tournament that really excites me. And when you finally get to the end of this tournament, how much time do we have to build a feud between two guys?
I still think it's going to be Gunther. I think they're going to rev it up, and Gunther's going to go all the way. I don't know how they're going to finish the match if it's Gunther and John Cena, with maybe getting the championship from Cena. That would be a good finish. But do the fans want to see John Cena go out on the losing end?
Yeah, I still question that they'll even. I don't know. It's very possible. Maybe they would do that. Teddy, you never, like you say, if they don't want him to really get over that much, make him lose. Make him lose on his way out. If you really want to stick it to him, if you don't like him,
Hey, I applaud John Cena. He knows what's going on. So just go do what you're told to do, man. Retire and get out of this thing and enjoy the rest of your life.
All right, guys, as you can tell, we have a special guest tonight. It is legendary pro wrestling journalist, Mr. Bill Apter. If you've got questions for Bill or Teddy or all three of us, simply leave your comments in the comment section. I know a lot of you have already. We'll get to them in just a minute. But in the meantime, I do want to give you an idea of what Bill has been working on.
Those letters. Let's find out what you got to say.
Oh boy!
Mailman, mail today.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. That's Teddy's favorite song of all of the entire show that we've done since we started.
Yes.
Do you know what? When I was a little kid, there was a. By the way, that video you produced, the Top Secrets, and Teddy Long suggested I do a show about secrets of pro wrestling. It came from him, and the video was magnificent. But when I was a little kid, my parents used to watch a singer on TV named Perry Como, and Perry Como had a segment in his show where four ladies would surround him and go, "Letters, we get letters. We get stacks and stacks of letters. Dear Perry, would you be so kind to fill a request and sing the songs I love best?" And that reminded me of that.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Actually, I didn't know that. That's something that I should know, because what year would that have been, Bill? Do you know? Back in the Perry Como days, what year would that have been?
Oh, 1955, when I was a little kid.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I still wasn't even thought of at that point. All right, let's see. One of our first people in here tonight is Zach Minger, and Zach always stops by and tells us any special dates that are around. And right now, it's National Peanut Butter Fudge Day today. So thanks, Zach. Man, that sounds good. Peanut butter fudge. Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, that does
Let's
sound
hope one day.
good.
Let's hope one day we have a tick crack day.
Yeah, Bill. In case you don't know, his tick cracks are something that Teddy also came up with because he kept eating them during the show, and Teddy finally called him.
I don't know why y'all keep talking about tick tack. That's crack.
It's crack.
Okay, I'm telling you.
Wait
till about 10 more minutes. He's already had some.
Yeah.
So give him about 10 minutes and watch his mannerisms.
What is that?
This is a dark chocolate Hershey Kiss wrapper.
See?
Oh,
see what I'm saying?
Favorite.
He always got candy. Always has candy.
No, those are no gummies.
Like
okay. Well, no wonder if he's got food around him, he's got gummies. I'll understand it a little bit better now. Okay,
Gummies.
I got you now. Pretty classy lady stopping by and saying hello.
How are you, young lady?
Yeah, she's always here every single week. We love you for that. Curly Man, the same thing. Curly Man's in here all the time too, and saying hello tonight.
Hey.
Curly Man, holla at a player.
He also said that he liked the music, Teddy. So that's an up for there. By the way, hopefully I'll get with somebody and well, never mind. I'll talk about that later. Let's see what else we got here.
Wait a minute.
Pee-wee.
Wait. That was Curly. That was Curly Man.
That was Curly Man.
Oh, a wise guy, eh? Certainly, Mo. Okay, yeah. I had to go and do that.
See there.
All right, let's see. Money Mac 101. Hey, all, and hello to Mr. Bill Apter. Welcome back.
It is a pleasure. I'm going to be here every Thursday. I'm able to, believe me. As long as two brothers here don't mind letting I'm here.
Yeah, we'll keep it locked once in a while. No.
The legendary Herb Simmons is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all give him a shout out.
Yeah, man. He's saying good evening. And always good to see you in here, Herb. Let's see what else we got here. We got pretty classy ladies saying that she's good. She's in New Orleans for a conference. She said the food isn't that good as people say in New Orleans. Teddy, I know you've been in the New Orleans area because you've traveled with a wrestling guy. Do you like the food from Louisiana? Is that spicy good with you?
Well, I didn't really eat like that, so I didn't experience none of that. No, I couldn't. That man, you gained 300 pounds in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, Bill. What about you? Are you much of a Louisiana kind of flavored eater?
Not at all. The 100 times I've been there, I'll find a burger.
yeah.
I've been to Pat O'Brien. I don't take chances. I eat like 5 things. That's it. But I was there one night in Pat O'Brien's restaurant when Andre the Giant and Harley Race had a drinking beer contest, and Andre won after about 142 mugs of beer.
Wow!
And then he went in the bathroom and peed for like a half hour.
Ooh.
Man, I don't know. I can just imagine somebody drinking that much. Wow. All right, let's see what else we got here. We got Pee-wee, by the way, I just got your message with the address. I'm not going to throw it up on the screen right here, but thank you because I was trying to get in touch with you last week to find out where to send it. Let's see. We also have Joey77 saying, hello, Teddy and Mac and Bill. Look, I also want to go to the mailbag. Ricky Ticky in Palm Beach is asking a question of you guys. Wants to know who is the best person that you have met in wrestling and why? Plus, who was the worst and why?
Go ahead, Bill.
Oh, you want me to go first? The best was beside Teddy Long. The best is very easy for me, Bruno Sammartino, the consummate gentleman and athlete in every way. The worst, oh God, that's very hard to say because I got along with pretty much everybody.
You had to have somebody that you just didn't gel with. I mean, there's always somebody.
Yeah, that been Phil Zacco, a promoter in Philadelphia back in the Vince Senior days. He didn't want any part of anybody with the magazines. He tried to get ejected from some of the biggest matches. Yeah. would have been
Why were
him.
they trying to get you ejected?
Because they didn't want that was his club, and he didn't want any photographers or any news coming out of there with the magazines. It's a different era. Remember, they did the same matches in Philly that they did at the Garden, and they didn't want that stuff. Yeah, and he didn't know who I was. I was just starting my first few months there. And if it wasn't for Lou Albano, the Grand Wizard, and Fred Blassie, he would have thrown me out that night.
Wow. Teddy, what about you? Who was the best person you ever met in wrestling and why? And who was the worst? And I can figure out who that was going to be.
Well, I met, several people. It ain't just one person that was the best. There are a lot of good people in wrestling, and I had the opportunity to be friends with some of them. I'd say Vince McMahon, I'd have to say that first, because I was able to get a chance to work close to him. And that's something that everybody don't have the opportunity to do. I wouldn't sit down with him in meetings and there was just me, him, and Taker, or me, him, and somebody else. And he didn't do that with everybody. So I consider myself as real lucky. And for him to put me in that position, you know what I mean? I consider him one of the best people. JBL, real good guy. I had so much fun with John, enjoyed it with him. Godfather, another good guy. Ron Simmons, Jesus, The Rock, me and Dwayne, we had a lot of fun when he was there too. So just so many people there that were really good people. But some of the people that were bad, I ain't gonna call no names. I am gonna call them, but I won't call them tonight.
I think most people, if they've watched this show long enough, already know who some of those people he doesn't really care for. But there's one in particular that has it's like rightfully
this.
so.
It's like this. They don't care for me.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? I ain't got no vendetta against anybody. I always try to get along with everybody and do my job. And to let you know that I was doing my job, if I stayed and ran Vince McMahon's company for 9 years, I was doing my job. Yep. So ain't nobody gonna keep. You can't tell me nothing. So if you're gonna get mad at me for doing my job, then okay.
By the way, Ellen
I'm not
going to
go into detail, Mac. I'm not going to go into detail, but there's a guy who is very famous for a sound like woo, who in the last few years has become personally not one of my favorite people. Personally, not professionally.
Yeah, that's
I don't want to go
unfortunate.
into detail. Yeah.
No, but
won't go into detail.
No. Woo, okay, let's see what we got next here. We have we got somebody.
You got to be real bad if you got Bill Apter on.
Yeah, look, I'm thinking that, and I was trying not to say too much after you said that, Bill. But I'm thinking if you're on the bad side of Bill Apter,
you got to be a evil, mean person.
Yeah.
Bill Apter,
or someone that says someone that says something without thinking and becomes irritated at you again without thinking and starts saying bad things about you.
It's because they're evil, Bill. It's just that simple.
Yeah, and it's not like it happens just once, because these people tend to do the same thing over and over.
And if you can look at how we're living today, look at the world today. We're not together anymore. We're not shaking hands and talking to our neighbors. We're against each other now. So it's really sad, man, that we as a people can't just sit down and get along, eat, and have a great time and enjoy ourselves and try to think about our futures. And I don't. But look at us now. I tell you, man, this is really something.
We got Money Mac also in here saying, question for you guys. When do you see Braun Breaker becoming world champion? WrestleMania next year? Bill?
Maybe they're ramping him up. What I don't like with Braun Breaker is these 50-50 type of matches where he's getting beaten up quite a bit, and then he does the comeback with the spear, which makes him look powerful. But I don't see him ready for that world championship just yet. But then again, him against CM Punk would be, if they're going to change the title to him, Punk would be the guy to do the job.
I like Braun Breaker, Teddy, but I'm not sure that I think he's ready for that title quite yet. What about you?
Well, you have to look at it like this. We don't know who'll be running the company next year at WrestleMania.
That's true too.
So that's what I'm saying. I think we're really jumping ahead of ourselves right now.
What were you going to say, Bill?
Next year there'll be 26 in 2026. Of course, they will be in Vegas, but after that, Saudi Arabia for WrestleMania, so it could be a whole new ball game. Who Tiger G Singh might be the no, he's from India.
I can tell you that, when it comes to the decisions like taking Saudi Arabia, the WrestleMania to Saudi Arabia and the price of tickets and everything else, WWE has been taking a beating a lot in social media lately because of things like that. And people need to understand that sometimes the two are separate. What TKO decides they want done may not be what WWE themselves wants to do, but the bottom line is boss man is TKO and you got to do what they say. But lately the ticket prices and all this negative publicity they keep getting, they're doing it to themselves. They're giving ammo to
making a fortune. Making a fortune.
They're making a
fortune.
You, Bill.
Thank you, Bill.
They don't care about the viewers or the fans if that's the case. It's just about the money. And at one point, it's going to be only a rich man's thing. Only a rich man can go see wrestling.
And?
Yep.
I'm going to predict something.
What's that?
I'm going to predict something. Triple H at the MVP Arena last week when WWE was there spent 45 minutes with Seth Turner going through the International Wrestling Hall of Fame. He's still a wrestling fan, and I can tell just vibes that I get when he and I will text or something. I can tell that I don't think this whole TKO deal is sitting right with him in terms of being a wrestling person, not in terms of finance. In terms of finance, it's great. But in terms of being an old school wrestling fan and seeing that the where it's going on how he feels about it. What do you think?
I think that there needs to be some changes. And I think when it comes to creative, that's one of their biggest problems right now is the creative. And they've got to do something to get that creative fired back up again. And you're going to have to make people get out of the way so new people can come in and start fresh. And until certain people start disappearing, I'm afraid we're going to continue to have the issues that we have.
You have to remember this. Creative does what they're told.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's not creative. It's the person that's in charge.
Yeah, you see, those in charge, and there's a handful of them that have been there for a long time.
But there's only one that makes the decision.
Makes that final decision, yeah.
Right.
All right, so let's see. Bob Smith. Hey, Bob, good to see you in here, my friend. I got a chance to do Bob Smith's The Outdated Wrestling Hour. God, I hope I got that right, Bob.
Thank you for the two of you saying some nice things about me. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, we even put you over too, Teddy. We talked on the podcast about you as well. That was a fun podcast. Bob is a great talker. And he's a great guy. He also got me lunch when we were in Albany.
So no wonder he's all great.
You never heard him sing. Bob is an incredible blues singer.
Yeah, he is. Actually, I've listened to some of his stuff that I've been able to find and pull up. And yeah, he is an incredible performer. I didn't realize that he did all that. On top of working with you at PWI, what years were those?
Oh, I'm terrible with that kind of information. Long time. I am. About 8 years.
Didn't I tell y'all that just watch his mannerisms? Now he's forgot everything. See what I'm saying? He's on those. I'm telling you, that's crack he's taking. See?
Dave Crone's in the room saying, what up from St. Louis?
Hey, what up, Dave, man? Hope to see you next year.
Guardian of Chaos. Hey, brother. Good evening, man. Good to see you in here. I'm trying to get everybody in here to make sure we don't miss anybody. Hi, guys. Hope you are all well. That's from Darla Staggs. And Bill, you know who she is. Absolute
Darla.
Oh, we all know Darla.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. She's one of the friendliest. Let's see. There's three of them now. We got her, Pam, and Pam being J.J. Dillon's daughter, and Barbara Goodish, who is Frank or Bruiser Brody's wife. Yeah. Oh, great women, and they're fun to hang around when you get a chance to.
Darla Staggs. I gave her title. She's the first lady of the Cauliflower Alley Club.
Yes, she is. Absolutely is. She handles so much for the Cauliflower Alley Club and does a fantastic job. And she's been around wrestling ever since she was a little girl. When you hear her story, which is really good.
I've noticed since
pretty classy lady saying.
I've noticed since she was 12 or 13 years old. I go way back to Darla.
How old were you then?
See, you would have to ask something that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Let's see. Pretty classy.
You have to watch him, Bill. You have to watch him. I'm telling you right now.
Am I on a delay?
Yeah, you're behind by a couple of seconds. We've been working around it. Okay, though.
It's weird though.
Okay, now he's doing it worse now. Yes, you're a little bit delayed. That's okay. Let's see. We got Pretty Classy Lady, and who else we got here? We got Money Mac saying, do you ever see WrestleMania taking place in Japan for the first time ever in WWE history in the near future?
I wouldn't doubt it.
If the money's there, they'll go. Let's put it that way. If they got the money, they'll go.
The money is there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure it is. But Bill, what do you think? You think there's a chance we'll see it in Japan one day, or is it just to the highest bidder?
Absolutely. I think Germany will get a WrestleMania. I think England will get WrestleMania. I think France will get a WrestleMania. Yeah.
Oh, it'll go all over the world.
TKO can take it. Right. And we're back to basic pay-per-view again. If you want to watch it here in the States, if you're not going to go to any of those countries, you have to pay $30 to go on ESPN Plus and pay-per-view. We're all the way back to it.
Steve popping in the room. Steve, I haven't seen you in a while, brother. Good to have you in here. Regardless if we like it or not, WWE has had a strong hand in changing culture and acceptable standards. And that is
absolutely
true. Yeah. All right, let's see. That's
well said.
Josh saying Bill's audio is cutting in and out a lot, but yeah, he's popping in and out a lot, but he's all right.
It's the crack.
I'm trying to get everybody in here, but see, I'm gonna have to rush through these pretty quick here. Rutherford saying, hey guys, Bill, I've been reading your book. I loved your story on how you announced going to WOW magazine NWO style. Can you share that story with us, Bill?
Yeah. Yes, when WOW magazine bought me away from PWI, I went into the editor, Stu Sachs, and I opened up my shirt and WOW magazine, just like people who joined the NWO. So yeah, it stunned everybody.
How did that go over?
Thank you. Thanks for reading my book.
How did that go over with Stu? I mean, did Stu take it in just as it was meant to be?
Yes and no.
Oh, really? So he was a little offended too, huh?
Not offended, no, but he didn't want to lose me as part of that team.
Oh yeah. Well, I can understand that
because you were.
You know what? I don't
was
think
there
a lot of
long
people.
Before he was.
I don't think a lot of people understand if you weren't around that time, Teddy. You know this because we were around. You know, in the magazine era. Bill Apter was the face of the magazines. It didn't matter what wrestling magazine was out there. Everybody assumed that's Bill Apter's magazine, and they became known as Apter Mags because of that. And I know to this day, Bill, you always try to tell people, I don't own the magazines. You try to clear that up all the time. Right. But at the end of the day, you are what John Cena is for WWE. You were the face of that company, and everybody knew who you represented. And you've always done it with professionalism. And it's one of the things that I love about you, the fact that you share that wealth of knowledge you have with other people, such as myself and many other of the Apter boys that I always talk about. To me, you're very giving in this business. And it's the reason why I enjoy you and I enjoy being with Teddy Long, because you both give a lot to this business that nobody ever sees or ever has a clue takes place. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for coming on the show tonight. And we are going to have you back, Bill. I promise you that, because I think it needs to become a
part of it. Before we leave.
And just before we go, I wanted to say this too. I'm so glad that we got Bill to come aboard, because Bill has some things that you people may not never dream that he knows.
Oh,
This
yeah.
man has been around people that are gone, passed away, and gone. So he's talked to people that we have no idea who they are. And
Yep.
I guarantee you, he's got some stories that he can tell you that are certainly worth sitting down and listening to. So to have Bill here
Thank
with us
you,
on
Bill.
Road Trip is such an honor. Thank you, Bill.
And I do
Thank
want to
you.
mention that
Also, I want to bring one thing up. I want to
let
bring
me
one
mention
thing
real
up.
quick here, Bill, that Nick Patrick's in the room as well. Good saying, great to see you, Bill. You
Oh,
guys keep kicking ass.
yes. Yeah, no, Nick, one of my favorite people, a great referee back in the day at WCW, was always terrific to me. We never did a
He's the
cover on him.
legendary Glico Beak.
Yeah.
He is. He always said when he put me on the cover after, we'll get to it. One thing I want to bring up, and thank you, Nick. I enjoyed you and your dad very much. One thing I want to
Yes.
bring up that I've been on a couple of shows and brought this up is they're pushing John Cena as the greatest of all time. My take on that is that the modern era that is 100% accurate. But every era had their greatest of all time. Bruno Sammartino's era, he was the greatest of all time. Ric Flair's era, he was the greatest of all time. The current time in pro wrestling in the past 20 years, John is the greatest of all time. But I don't like that they pigeonhole that he is the greatest of all time since this business started, because I don't want anything taken away from the legends like Bruno and Ric Flair and Pedro Morales and superstar Billy Graham and Harley Race. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
And hey, and listen, I mean, I know you're going back in time talking about the greats, but let's not forget about the legendary Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is the greatest of all time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think
of that era.
Yes. And that's the thing too, everything is based on your age and the era you watched wrestling, really. And that sweet spot in your life where those heroes were your heroes. They're not going to be those same heroes 20 years
Wait a minute. Does that mean that Abraham Lincoln was wrestler of all time?
Of course. You nailed it, Bill. I always told you you're a smart man.
I want to mention the money back stopping in saying coming to us from San Francisco. Steve is also saying, Bill, congratulations on the Hall of Fame induction. Let's see. Josh is in here saying, I'm glad these three are continuing to do this podcast. Just a different channel name. We appreciate that and very much. Make sure you pop in and see us each and every week. Herb Simmons, let's see, he was saying that her first match was 1959 in St. Louis. Her being
whose first match?
Yeah, I'm not sure. You lost me a little bit there, Herb. I'm sorry. Let's see. Ellen saying, Buddy says, Happy Thanksgiving. Tell Buddy we said hello. Buddy, if you're watching right now, good to see you, brother.
Did he get his shirt?
He does. He's got his shirt. I've got proof of that too, as a matter of fact.
And that's another. I'm glad Ellen called. That's another person I wanted to mention too. She's been around this business forever and forever and ever. I've known her for years and years. So she's another nice person.
Yes, she is. And what she does for her son and for her family to go to all these shows to make sure he gets to see as much wrestling as he can. What a great mom. Also a pretty classy lady. They have a lot of fans in India, but they won't do major shows there because they don't have the billions. Pretty classy lady it is. It's all about money. That's it. I'm trying to get he's got a lot more coming in. Steve, Bill's a great singer and he can still climb up on a bar stool and he can scare the hell out of me when he does that.
Would you like me to end this show with a song?
You're gonna make me well, for old times sake.
Do we got any more out there we need to talk about before we go?
No, none. Well, yeah, we do need something we need to talk about before we get out of here. Bill, where can people find you outside of this show right here? Where else are you? Can we find you? Because you've done some great interviews this week.
Of course, I'm on Twitter X. Yes, I'm on Twitter X at Apter1 Wrestling. The number one, not the word. I'm on, and I'm going to start cranking up my TikTok account again soon. And you can find me a lot of Thursday nights here on Road Trip After Hours.
And this felt good tonight,
Yeah.
Bill. I got to tell you, I enjoyed this a lot. And we're burning up time. This is probably one of the longer shows we've done.
But before we go, I want to remind everybody I'll see them tomorrow night in Buffalo, New York for Empire State Wrestling. I'll be there for a big wrestling show tomorrow night, Buffalo, New York.
Ooh, I hope it's not going to be chilling cold up there. I wonder what the temperature is going to be, because that's that area. When winter comes, it gets.
Huh?
That was the original promotion of Pedro Martinez way back in the 70s when I used to cover wrestling.
Am I saying that right,
Buffalo.
Bill? Is it Empire State Wrestling? Is that right?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Probably. New York is the Empire State. So
But I think it's right. It's in
unless
Buffalo, New York.
The Empire State. Yeah. Unless you're into baseball, then it's the Empire State. So do you want me to end this with a song like we used to?
Yeah, let's do what we used to do, Bill. If you'll give us, Teddy, why don't you pick a song for him to sing on the way out here?
Yeah, that'd be great. How about James Ingram song? Remember James Ingram?
Well,
go ahead. I'd rather you do that. Listen, we got to really pay respect to somebody. How about giving me and Max some BB King?
Yeah, BB King.
I don't know enough. I don't know enough of his music, but James Ingram,
then
I can give you.
You're fired.
There you go. That's great.
For those of you who are watching,
that's a way to get out. That's good.
You're fired. All right, guys, we're out of here. I've enjoyed this. So let me get Bill back in here so we don't have to be that rude to him here. Let's see. We'll get you back in here, Bill. Bill, it's been a blast, my friend. We will see you guys.
Teddy,
we're not back on until you go get you some history on BB King.
All right, Teddy, you do know the song by James Ingram. Just once, can we figure out?
Thank you.
Just doesn't get the message, does he? We're out of here. Thursday nights, 7:00 Eastern time. We're live. I'm Mac Davis. That's Teddy Long, and that was Pro Wrestling Journal.